It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
You are Wonder Woman. You are Wonder Woman. So talk to me. What's that like?
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm super grateful. It was so much fun shooting this movie and shooting this character and bringing her back to life. It was a blast.
Talk to me about preparing. I mean, this is one of the most iconic characters really in history, you know, across the world.
Right.
What's it like to prepare for her? Talk to me about that.
Whew, a lot of work. Many hours training. I did a lot of fight choreographies. I've learned how to fight with swords, horseback riding, which is very challenging, and a lot of hours in the gym, just, you know, pumping myself up.
Well, you looked amazing.
Thank you so much.
What's it like to have that suit on, to put that on and feel that way?
It's great. You know, it's funny about this character. You can't fake power. You know, you can't look strong when you're not. So it's such a privilege for me that in order to portray this character, I had to be in a great shape and to become a true athlete. So for me, you know, it was challenging, and some days you don't feel like training and your back is this and your neck is that. But at the end of the day, I loved it. And now that I'm not in this regime, I actually miss it. So it felt great. It felt really, really good.
Talk to me about how critical your story with Chris, Steve's character, was to this story, and just seeing her backstory and how important that was to this movie.
Oh, the relationship between Diana and Steve is super important, because Steve is the one to teach Diana about the men's world, and because Diana is this young idealist that believes that, you know, good is good and bad is bad and black is black and white is white. Like, everything is very simple, and she doesn't really understand the complexities of life, and he's the one to guide her through all of this. And I think that she reminds him the values that he had forgotten about, like hope and love and compassion, and you know, just let's stop being cynical for a second. Let's just, you know. So they learn a lot through this journey that they go through together. And I think that it was answering the second half of your question. I think that, you know, this character is so iconic, and it's crazy to think that her origin story was never told. So I think that it was so important that finally we gave this character the respect that she deserves, and we showed everyone who is Wonder Woman. How did Diana became Wonder Woman?
Some of kind of the most challenging scenes, or the most fun scenes, and something that you can think of that you think stands out in your mind as far as being some of the best shooting.
Wow, there was so many moments that were... This movie was like a roller coaster, right? I experienced the hardest moments physically, emotionally. You know, we shot this movie for 6 months, prepped 5 months before, shot for 6 months, 6 days a week, every week. So it was very intensive. But the great thing about it was that I was working with an amazing people, with Patty Jenkins, who's brilliant and fun to work with, and she became my soul sister, and with Chris, and with Connie, and with Robin, and with everyone. Everyone was so much fun. And Chris is hilarious. So we had to break so many takes because I couldn't keep it in. And I was just laughing out, you know, bursting, laughing so loud. So there were so many magical, beautiful, wonderful moments. It's hard to think about one. There were plenty.
Oh, congratulations. You did such a good job.
Thank you
so much. Oh my gosh. Like,
Thank
Wonder Woman's
you.
like one of my heroes in my life. And I was like, you just brought it.
Thank
and you just
you
did such a
so
good
very
job.